Greetings, dear Libra. This one is for you. Hi, it's Tarot Lumination. Okay, cards are well shuffled in advance, as you know, but I go to the last second so that you're a witness, as you know. Okay, before we even get into this little mini report, I want to show you something from the Tarot Lumination Ask Me Doodle. Okay, you'll see in a minute. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So this is the full moon on the weekend, the 18th, okay? And I'm going to look at the after effects, like the ripple effect for a little while afterwards, okay? So this is for the whole planet, but I'm going to make this all about you now, Libra. So it looks like this for Libras, okay? So here's Libra on the horizon. This is the horizon. This is the horizon, okay? And we're dealing with a full moon and the let's say the aftermath of the full moon. So the way it looks for you, so Libra, okay, there's nothing going on there for you directly right now, but here's the full moon, okay? So you've got this big stellium of Taurus energy up here in your 8th house of intimacy, shared resources, psychic phenomenon at the deep soul level, especially between yourself and a significant other, to the point where you might be discovering how you, like, you know, like this is the energy of the 7th house over here. You've got Aries, Chiron and Aries cruising through the 7th house right now. So you might be getting very, very delicately and awkwardly exposed to anything and everything that is not working for you, Libra. All the failings and the pains and everything. And of course, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world, but there's an awareness now. And so how does that translate? Let's just say there's a relationship dynamic going on. With full moons, we always talk about, and I always think about relationship dynamics anyway, because that's how we discover ourselves, okay? That's how Libra will be discovering yourself through the lens of the other, like, not, well, through the reflection. Okay, there's Libra, there's the other, and you're getting it back at you from this angle, okay, which is much more to do with deep intimacy. What happens once you're already in a relationship? This is the relationship dynamic opposition here, but we're going deep into it here, especially at the late degrees, like, oh my God, what's actually happening at the very deepest core of my love life and my relationships? And it might be awkward, and it might be painful, and it might be uncomfortable. Also for you, Libras, there's another thing going on over here, which is actually kind of awkward for you. You've got Pluto and Saturn over here in your 4th house, the foundations of your life and world. And it's turning everything upside down very slowly and relentlessly. There's no going back with this kind of energy. And so to me, it looks like this is all interconnected in some way, shape, or form. These are very harmonious energies in their own right, here and here, here and here. So it might take a lot of the pressure off of what could be actually a very awkward, very difficult full moon for you, okay? Let's have a look. Let's see what's going on. So I'm just going to cut to the chase here with this little spread. Reinterpret, of course, you know, sun, moon, and rising. Especially if each one's different. You know how to do that already, Libra. I hope you do, okay? Ask your friends or whatever, or type it in the comments and I'll explain it to you, all right? So let's cut it up. Invite your invisible friends, okay, Libra? I have to do that over here. I couldn't do this without my invisible friends. So I'm asking you to share and just expand the value of the reading. Here's the situation, okay? Regarding what we were kind of talking about. Here's the challenges with all of that. And here's how we're going to handle it. And think of this as environmental influences, the planets, your family, your home, the foundations of your life, your sense of security and stability, and everything that is getting upended right now. Let's have a look at the energy here. Think of it as the weather. Okay, so the Fool. So my feeling here is that you're getting really caught off guard at this full moon, and with the aftermath of the full moon, it's going to take you into a place where you've never been before in life and love and relationship, to the point where it's like, wait a minute, what's actually going on here? in my life, in my world? What's actually going on? Because Pluto and Saturn are not messing around, okay? What's actually going on here as opposed to what you thought was going on, or what you're used to in what is going on, or what you're expecting of what's going on. Uh-oh. What's actually happening in my most important relationship and relationships, and that's not working? Uh-oh. And how does that work out at the deepest level, including intimacy, physical intimacy between yourself and another, between another and you? How's that working for you, Libra? Okay. And anyway, so it's important. Okay. It's kind of awkward. It's kind of very sensitive, kind of very delicate. And to me, it looks like uncharted territory. Okay. What's the situation? Okay, so to me, it looks like there's no escape here. There's no going back. There's no in and out or anything. Everything is happening according to, let's say, the fates. Here's the Wheel of Fortune, earth, air, fire, and water, all the energies of the planets, everything that you could imagine out there in the great universe. If you're a sci-fi freak, if you believe in aliens and star seeds and all the energy of the fixed stars, and all the other tons of astrology stuff that I don't know much about. It's all happening, and it's happening here for you right now. And basically, in other words, it's another way of saying all of this, everything that's happening in you, in your life, in your world, even though it might be a total surprise for you and it's caught you off guard and you have no idea what's going on about the house of the wise, everything is exactly as it should be, because this is just the energy of life moving on in the cycles, just like the lunar cycle. One sign to the next sign, one sign to the next sign. The solar cycle, daytime, nighttime, daytime, nighttime. The lunar cycles, all of that stuff, everything, all of this stuff is happening because it happens. You can't change any of this. So what are you going to do with it? How do you live within this stuff? Okay. I think of this as the circumstantial energy, the weather, okay, in this particular reading. So my feeling is that if you feel as though you're getting swept along by the fates, swept along by the planets, taken deep into the abyss of the unknown, and exposed to the light of the wonders that happen in your life, all of that simultaneously, then that is just fine. That's exactly how it should be. It's time for this to happen. Now, what's the challenge here? Okay. To me, it looks like there's a lot at stake. To me, it looks like there's a huge amount at stake regarding the foundations of your life, your sense of home and family and foundations and security and stability. And all of that is being disrupted, heavily disrupted, because that's you, Libra, over here. And I'm talking about this thing here. It's very deep, it's very, very slow, and you might be getting the feeling of the senses of disruption in a particular, I don't know, relationship or relationships between you and your loved ones, you and your sense of home and family, however that works and looks for you. And then everything that you value, everything that people value about you is in deep jeopardy. Oh no, oh no, oh no. So how are we going to deal with that? Okay, well, maybe it's time to take a hint. Maybe the planets, maybe circumstances, maybe life is talking to you and sending you these really powerful, strong messages that things are actually fine. They're actually doing what they have to do in terms of the laws of nature, but it might be very, very uncomfortable for you in terms of a sense of stability and security and a sense of home and family with that degree of irreversible, profound reality checks and transformations that's happening right here. That's happening right here for you. And it would be much more obvious and likely to be apparent up in an actual physical relationship, because this energy is so deep, it's almost hard and it's almost so hard and almost impossible to understand. So with the Six of Swords here, my feeling is that I'm not saying suck it up. It's more like just like you don't have an option except to deal with it, to deal with the emotional turbulence that comes with it, and the wisdom and knowledge about what's happening. And it's almost like you don't have a choice here, because it feels like it's so fated and it's kind of caught you off guard. It's almost like you don't have a choice here except to move on, in a state of peace, no judgment, no condemnation, no resentment, no bitterness, just taking that which is yours and that which belongs to you, and moving on in some way, shape, or form in terms of understanding and wisdom of how your life is going to unfold from here. I don't want to say anything more because I think I'll spoil it, because this is an ongoing thing. I don't feel like I can provide answers or solutions to this or this right now in this reading. So I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to leave it like this. It's just like the way to handle it is understand that you're going to have to move on. You're going to have to move on in a state of peace. There's no point in shaming or blaming or basically saying, well, this isn't supposed to be in other words, there's no point in hanging on to something. Imagine this is the energy of the police, the reality check police, and the tectonic plates of the planets. You can't mess with that energy. In other words, if they're saying, move along, Libra, move along now. You don't want to get wiped out by a tectonic plate. Okay, just move along with your life. And then you're like, well, wait a minute. What about blah, blah, blah? What about this? What about that? What about? And the Saturn, the Pluto says, okay, sir, please, sir, ma'am, please understand, move along. Okay? There's no option here. Move along. Okay? And so that's what you do. You move along, and maybe you're leaving a lot of drama, pain, suffering, confusion, misunderstanding, emotional turmoil behind you. But the only answer is to move along. Move along, Libra. Okay? Move along. Move along. Peace lies ahead. Wisdom, new knowledge, new understanding lies ahead. But for the time being right now, dear Libra, move along. Imagine it's like one of those things like you're stuck on a highway or something, and there's a huge pileup somewhere, and all sorts of stuff happens, and the cops are out there, and they don't want to disrupt or stop your life. You're just basically, come on, over here, person, dear Libra, just get over here, move through, no rubbernecking, just move on with your life, okay? Everything that is happening, all the disasters of life, that's what happens in life, okay? All the amazing things that happen in your life, that's what happens in life. But in this particular situation right now, however effed up it is, the way to handle it is to just move on through, Libra, no looking back, okay? All right, I hope that helps you. What I'm going to do is do a little quickie over here, the healing power of surrender, the power of letting go. This might be very uncomfortable for you to do this, because you might want to hold on to everything that you hold dear and valuable in terms of home and family, okay? Foundation, stability in your life and your love and your world. And yet, things change irrevocably. Let's have a look what the cards say here just for now, okay? Hopefully this will help to smooth things out a little bit. Let's have a look. I hope this reading resonates with you. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising in case this feels a bit weird, because it feels very tense to me, very awkward, very weird for me, hard for me to convey this reading to you. Okay, surrender your belief in scarcity. Okay, maybe there is more out there for you than you can imagine. Maybe like if the foundations of your life are being disrupted and you're terrified of the disruption, like, well, what am I supposed to do now? It says, surrender your belief in scarcity. Maybe there's a whole new life and world ahead. The universe is asking you to open the infinite nature of abundance. I'll read that again. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance, okay? In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. But to me, here, it feels like it has to happen on the understanding that this is a journey. You see this person with the backpack? and wondering whether there is anything out there for you, Libra, because if you're going through some challenging times right now, okay, because of this, and because of this, it's there. It's for your, ultimately for your own growth and evolution, okay? And it's not the end of the world. This is just a fleeting, this is just one small report from Tarot Lumination. All of this is going to change, okay? This isn't going to change anytime soon. This will change, but this isn't going to change, but this will, and this will, and this will, okay? So don't be scared, okay? There is abundance out there, but it looks to me that it's going to, it has to, in other words, if you're, oh gosh, if you're terrified of scarcity and being like really impoverished because of the loss, the apparent loss of like the crumbling of the foundations in your life, in your world, about how it could or would or should be according to what you think, it's really not that bad because there's a whole new thing unfolding in front of you. It's just that you don't know that yet. You're on the cusp of all that stuff, all right? Thank you, Libra. I hope this helps you. I'm going to check out now, all right? And wish you all the best. Clickety click. Let's have a look over here. I want to share myself with you guys so that you understand that I'm here with you, all right? This is Tarot Lumination. Hi, dear Libras. So I hope you get something out of it. Please comment. Let me know how this works for you or not, okay? Watch for your sun, moon, and rising, okay? Subscribe. Do the likes, do the comments. It all helps. Membership is really, really important right now. Check out all the links below and learn a bit more about Tarot Lumination, okay? Thank you so, so much. Bye-bye. It's been a pleasure. All the best, okay? You can handle this, all right, Libra? You can handle it.